Hey guys, welcome back to Yes Bitch TV. No real intro, bitch. Let's jump right into the tea, bitch. Game of Thrones, season 8, episode 3. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, yes, fucking God, bitch. The old ones, the new ones, all of them motherfuckers, honey. Like, bitch. Who? First and foremost, um, some of my predictions did come true. I'm gonna be everywhere with this, so it's not going in order. I don't give a fuck. Y'all seen the episode. Quite sure it was just that impressive. If you're like me, you watched it 2 and 3 more times. Okay, bitch. Because so much was going on in this episode. First of all, it was an hour and 25 hour 30 minutes, long as fuck. But anyway, let's just jump into it. I enjoy being right. Excuse my narcissism, honey. But bitch, first let's talk about it real quick. Um, this is where winter fell, as previously predicted. This whole entire episode was in dedication to the battle of battles, honey, and the Night King has lost. He is dead. His army has disintegrated into dust, into nothingness, all thanks to Arya Stark. And I predicted that Arya Stark would most likely be the one to kill the Night King, um, just because of the skills that she's acquired. We still don't know the depth of what it is that she's capable of doing. The scene where that White Walk or whatever you want to call it, looked, and that wind kind of like chiseled by that motherfucker, and all you see is Arya Stark in the dust, honey, coming for the Night King. He grabs that bitch by the neck. She does the same move she used on Brienne, honey, when they were training in season 7, and gutted and mudded that motherfucker, the Night King, bitch. He disintegrated into 1,000 pieces of ice. The army has fallen, girl. And, all the Starks are still alive. Another prediction that I made. None of them were going to die. It may have came close to it, though. And I think that's exactly what they wanted us to believe. Um, what else did I predict? I did predict that this would all be in one episode. We're only getting 6 episodes this season. There's only so much shit you can throw into an episode that makes it real, that makes it cohesive. Um, at first, I was worried that we were rushing things, but now I see that everything's are coming, full circle. And I am grateful because I was kind of concerned that, wow, this is your guys' final season. This is your farewell. This is your goodbye, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush it. But it seems like you guys are really taking a lot of care into these characters and their storylines and making their whole arc come to some kind of close. We see that Jorah Mormont has died, child, defending Daenerys Targaryen, child. If it wasn't for him, that bitch would be dead too. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, all of y'all women want to take power, but don't nobody want to learn how to fight and really defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just find that kind of odd that, Arya Stark obviously is cut from a different cloth. That's definitely Ned Stark's fucking daughter, bitch. Okay? Because she's the only girl out of everyone who was really handling business. We can't count Lyanna Mormont, child. She's just a child, a old soul stuck in a child's body, put in a position because of a fucked up parentage, girl. Okay, so I don't really count her or nothing like that. But we gonna get her props too because that bitch died too. She thought she was a grown. She's a child and a grown folks trying to be in grown folks' business and running up on giants and got her fuck ass slammed. But then it was cute when she stabbed that bitch in the eye. When she fell, I kind of thought that she was going to live, but I guess not, because the Night King came through with an old nasty ass wizard trick on these hoes, and started raising the dead everywhere, and that bitch came back. Well, she didn't come back alive. The bitch is still dead ish, but still able, under control of the Night King, bitch. Okay, but before I jump into my thoughts on that whole travesty, bitch, let's keep it in alignment, honey. Honey, Jamie Lannister is not dead. I predicted that he probably would die this episode. If he did, I felt like it would have been a glorious, honorable death. but his one-handed ass has somehow survived the storm. We last see Brienne getting, fucked up by these White Walkers, but I'm thinking that she lived as well. Not sure about Podrick, the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. His ass is dead, bitch. He was actually one of the first to go. I'm surprised Samuel Talley's fat ass lived, but I'm quite sure he serves a purpose. This isn't the first. I thought Sam was probably going to die this episode, honestly, because he's accidentally lived through some crazy shit. But if you let Bran tell that they all went through what they were supposed to go through to get where they're meant to be, okay, God. So we ain't gonna try the 3-eyed raven too much, because I guess everybody reasons and seasons, bitch. Okay. So child, like that. There's so much to unpack, guys. Oh my God, like I feel like I'm everywhere. We open up. Let's talk about the opening of like this whole battle situation. And honey, all the Dothraki are dead, bitch. Those bitches are gone. They were the first to go into battle, and I felt bad because I really feel like Daenerys Targaryen put up almost all of her resources to really help this battle. If it was not for Daenerys Targaryen and Arya Stark, Sojourner Mormont, all of these people played important roles, but I'm just shouting out the ones who saved the fucking day. Lady Missandra, bitch. When that hoe came through, I was like, girl, how the hell did you even get through the fucking all of this fuck shit? Like, how did you even get through without getting gunned down? I'm gonna say gunned down, like, or getting speared down, bitch. Okay, I guess the Lord of Light is really the protector, girl, because he came up, he came through and showed out too, starting shit on fire, helping the girls, giving the girls hope and all that shit. But all of that was nothing. There was one point like that 10 minutes before Arya Stark discovered, through Lady Melisandre, that little conversation that she had, that she realized at that point she could kill the Night King, bitch. 10 minutes before that, I really thought everybody was gonna die. I was like, oh my fucking God, the Night King is gonna win. All of these bitches are gonna die, because when they came through that motherfucker, bitch, when they started throwing themselves at Winterfell, like they didn't, almost like they did when Jon got trapped up with the ass and Daenerys had to come through and save them, and she lost the dragon, bitch. Okay, so it's just like, oh my God, this episode was very reminiscent of other episodes that we've seen throughout the seasons of Game of Thrones. If you know what I'm talking, I'm not going to break all that down, but if you've been watching and keeping up and you're a fan like that, you'll know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Girl, dragons fighting in the sky, bitch. Drogon and Rhaegal beat the shit out of Viserion's dead ass bitch. I was very happy to see that. At first I was like, oh shit, we're not gonna get to see that much of the dragons, but this was. Let me tell y'all something. Cohesion. This episode is the definition of what cohesion looks like, and just the order of things, and just bringing us these different. We're all in the same place, but there's so many different things happening within that same place. And it was so good and entertaining to see the switch off. We didn't just get the dead throwing themselves at Winterfell. We saw these individual characters taking on individual tasks and making shit fucking happen, bitch. Theon Greyjoy's ballless ass, he was able to at least defend Bran. That little bit of Ironborn that was left, girl, I was surprised they were able to hold off as they did. We had, child, bitch, Sansa was like, girl, there's nothing I can do for y'all. And that's exactly when Arya Stark was like, girl, take your ass to the crib, girl. Let the real niggas sit up here and motherfucker do what needs to be done, honey. Hoes, sit down, bitch, because this real nigga shit over here, bitch. I know that's right. The Hound survives again, girl. The other guy who was bringing the girls back, Jaga Nahara, whatever the fuck his name is, I felt so bad for his death. I kind of almost thought he was going to pull through real quick, but he sacrificed himself to make sure that Clegane, the Hound, and fucking Arya Stark made it out safely. Arya Stark was snapping necks, bitch, with that motherfucking spear that Gendry made her motherfucking ass. And I was just like, again, we got to see Arya Stark on another level, and I really can appreciate that. And that buildup that we got of her, it may have seemed minuscule, but it was really the main piece to this puzzle. And you can just tell these niggas that are creating these shows, my fucking goodness, like your minds are beyond. Because I totally get it. We're here, bitch. We're here. Okay. Um, Jon Snow is just like, at this point, was he practicing riding on these fucking dragons? Because he was holding his own on motherfucking Rhaegal, bitch. In snow, sleet, and once again, let me say this, bitch. I didn't even know the Night King had that kind of power, bitch. Bitch, you right here got storm type power teas, bitch. Like you've got control over the weather and shit. I thought that was interesting because we haven't really seen that ability that he carried. I guess he was saving that for the final end. Thank you, though, because that was totally unexpected, bitch. Very interesting episode. These scenes were every fucking thing. I can only imagine how long it took y'all to shoot this shit. To finally get it the way you wanted to get it. There was just... Child... I almost cried. I'm not even gonna lie, because especially when they start playing that sad ass music, and then all of a sudden hopefulness comes in. Daenerys Targaryen realized real quick that bitch Dragonfire does not work on the Night King. And when we hear that, you know, they play that same music when the dragons come into play, and it's that victorious music, make you feel like, bitch, we finna win this. No, God, hunted Night King looked at that bitch like, girl, what's the tea? Fire, I'm on burnt too, bitch. You ain't the only one that ain't on burnt, honey. I'm on burnt too. And which brings me to another thought. Is Jon Snow also on burnt? Because there were a number of times in this episode he should have been burned alive, bitch, coming in close proximity. If not, it looked like some of that blue dragon fire was actually touching Jon, but it wasn't doing nothing to him. So I wonder, is he also unburnt? Catch those teas. And if you have not yet, again, look at the episode and really pay attention to how close he is to some of this fire. So it makes me wonder, now that again he knows he's Targaryen, he tried to stand up and tell that dragon to stop. If it was not for Arya Stark, Jon Snow would be burned to a crisp, girl. If he wasn't considered to be unburnt. But the jury's still out on that because we don't really know. So much. Brienne Taff is a tough bitch. If we thought she was tough before, honey, she's a tough bitch. That is, if all of y'all make it through here, y'all need to make her the night of the protector of the realm, bitch. Because she was giving everything that she could. Jaime Lannister too, like, oh my fucking goodness. I was surprised his one-handed ass made it through it all. So again, we don't know where Podrick is at this point. We don't know where Gendry is at this point. We don't know where Giant's Bane is at, honey. We don't know where he's at. I'm thinking they did survive. I don't know. I think they did survive. Again, we have a lot to unpack in the next episode. They have a lot of recovery that needs to happen. So let's talk about, real quick, some of my predictions, girl. And I'm going to go back into a little bit of the episode. But I want to talk about some predictions for what I think is going to play out. Now that we know that Jaime Lannister and Brienne of Tarth are still alive, I believe that Tyrion is going to utilize his wisdom and knowledge of King's Landing to gain secret access. I think that a lot of people think that Arya Stark is going to be the one to kill Cersei Lannister. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that we have seen the best of Arya Stark. They've showcased her immensely, and she already gave a final blow to an enemy. Yes, God, honey. So I think that it would be poetic justice if Jaime Lannister is actually the one that kills Cersei Lannister. Or I think that he's going to try to talk her down. She's going to end up killing him. He's probably going to end up stabbing her before he actually dies. Or Cersei's going to kill Jaime's sorry ass first, and then out of craziness, Brienne is gonna fucking seek revenge on that hoe and kill Cersei. Cersei's dying either way. I don't really see Cersei living. A lot of people are like, oh, she's pregnant, so she's gonna be spared. No, bitch. We just saw the fucking Stark ancestors rise from the dead and killed babies and children and women. So we we know Game of Thrones is not above killing children, bitch. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. Remember when Robert Baratheon ordered his knights to go and slaughter all the firstborn sons, bitch, because no, that was Cersei Lannister who gave that order. Yes, God, honey, to kill. So we know Game of Thrones is not above killing children, bitch. Okay, so it just is what it is. That's how I think that's gonna play out. As we see in the next episode, thank God for the preview for the next episode, because I was concerned that both of the dragons were dead. They are alive, bitch. Rhaegal, bitch, and motherfucking Drogon has survived the winter, bitch. Let me tell you something. When those whites fucking hopped on Drogon's ass, bitch, and stabbing him multiple times, these dragons they endured a lot, bitch. And their recovery time is very quick. I was like, wow, bitch. Are y'all doing some witchcraft on these motherfucking animals, bitch? Because, honey, their recovery time is everything. I wish I could recover like that, bitch. These fuckers come back. So it is good to see that that they're still alive. Because Rhaegal was showing out too, girl. Jon Snow was riding the shit out of that bitch. And Rhaegal was showing up and showing out, beating the fuck out of Viserion's ass, honey. So I was very happy to see these dragons play the role that they played. In the beginning of it all, I was like, I would like to see more of the dragons, but I felt like, again, it was just so cohesive. It was just enough. And the devastation, just by seeing all of these dead, Walking Dead bitches running up on Winterfell, it was just like mind-bothering. Like, and if it wasn't for Melisandre too, like a lot of these motherfuckers would be dead. Grey Worm, it has survived, girl. From what we see, I think Missandei survives. Lord Varys actually survives as well. Lady Missandra said that they would both be dead in that strange country. But again, we're not done with Winterfell. So, you know, there's still time for Lord Varys to die too. But we know Lady Melisandre, we couldn't really trust that bitch's word too much, okay? But yeah, we couldn't trust that whole word too much. It was just Stannis Baratheon and his army would still be alive if they didn't listen to that dusty ass bitch. But anyway, that's probably the way the Lord of Light wanted it to go. Child, we just have what else? Oh my God! I mean, Lady Sansa's in the crypt with Tyrion. Child, they're trying to get through, honey. They're trying to make it through the rain like another Mariah Carey song, bitch. They're scared as fuck. I'll be scared too. And I was actually kind of worried about the dead in the Stark's crypts coming alive as well. Girl, when the Night King stood up, bitch, and did this little move right here, like, bitch, come yonder, girl, come eat this motherfucking, the representation of the flesh, and then the wine represents the blood, bitch. Girl, when he did that move like this, I said, oh, no, honey. He's doing the same move he used when he was at Hardhome, bitch, and he raised every fucking bitch. Every bitch was about to get up on that motherfucking ass. Bitch, Jaime Lannister looked around like, bitch, all of this hard work for nothing? We just fucking survived almost a siege through this motherfucker, bitch. And now, everything that we just killed and lost breath and men over, they finna rise back on our ass? Oh, hell motherfucking nah, bitch. Yet again, thanks to Arya Stark, you fuckers are still alive. Y'all better be eating that girl pussy. Y'all better be baking that girl cakes every day of her motherfucking life. Y'all better not ever say shit to her. And Daenerys Targaryen, if you end up getting your throne, girl, let me tell you something. You better allow the North to have its true independence. And you better make sure no one ever messes with them again. If you guys can get through Cersei Lannister, sorry, vindictive, stank pussy ass bitch, y'all motherfuckers better build and fucking erect statues in Arya Stark's honor, bitch. That's all the fuck I gotta say. And I don't know how these houses are gonna repair. The devastation is just, I think it's beyond repair. We know it's gonna take a long time, bitch, at least 2 generations to get Winterfell back the way it used to be. Because, wow, the Night King caused a lot of devastation. One of the things I did notice is we did not see any action from his generals. I thought that was very weird. I would have actually enjoyed seeing some of these main characters, like Brienne, the people who actually possess the Valyrian steel swords, I actually thought that they might have been the ones facing off against some of these generals. But again, I do understand you guys could only do so much, trying to compact all this stuff together and still make it look like a great work of art. So I'm not going to complain too much of that, but I did find that kind of funny. Um, but they're all dead now. Who gives a fuck, bitch? Again, and I hope Gendry is still alive. That way, him and Arya have a victory fuck child. Because, and it would be, I wouldn't be surprised if she was pregnant. If Gendry dies, I think Arya's pregnant. Then again, we'll never know. It's the last season, so I don't think they're really going to be trying to do all of that. Um, unless the very last episode is going to be dedicated to them achieving their goals. You know how to be doing future shit, like, oh, 20 years from now, Daenerys had kids, and Jon Snow became this. You know how they do, child. But drop down in the comment section if I missed anything y'all wanted to talk about and you wanted clarity on. Please drop down, let a bitch know what's the tea so we can talk about it, bitch. My goodness, I really can't talk too much about shit. Mostly this episode was a battle, so there wasn't much dialogue, and you really didn't need the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Because this intense moment, it's building up for this at this moment. So I don't really care about bitches talking, bitch. Okay. I still stand by what I said. I felt like in the beginning, the dragons should have been utilized first to decrease the amount of dead that were going to fall upon Winterfell's ass. I really do and still feel that way. If we would have utilized those dragons to burn a mud hole in at least the first beginning of the Night King's army, I don't think it would have been that much of a struggle to get shit together. In my opinion, as in battle strategy, I just really felt like fire was y'all's best friend and you needed a lot of it. So at least what I would have done is I would have had oil canisters made and a device that could hold it upon my dragons. I would have dropped oil deposits all over that bitch and then breathe fire on that shit, causing a whole chain reaction to like burn down dominoes on these motherfuckers. Because there was just too many of them. If it wasn't for Daenerys and her army, the Dothraki is gone. There's barely any Unsullied left, bitch. Okay, like Daenerys is pretty. Her dragon survived and she has some Unsullied, but her Dothraki is gone. So at this point, she has no choice but to rely on the collective powers of the North, bitch, and all of those that are going to follow her. Let's to keep it real. She still has a fish over there in the Iron Islands. I don't know if Dorne is still on her side or not. I don't really know what happened with all those other people that swore allegiance to Queen Daenerys. But bitch, we will see these things play out. The preview came out for the next episode. They're going to be trying to get at Cersei. So we're going to see. Apparently the next 3 episodes are going to be long as fuck too. So we're not going to be missing out on nothing. So again, tell me guys what you think. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Thank you guys so much for sticking with Yes Bitch TV. This has been the Game of Thrones Season 8 Episode 3 Conversation, bitch. Oh, this episode was really good. Peace out, love. Stay blessed, never stress.